Hello everyone! Welcome back to Nuffigan! We're so glad that you can join us today. Well, today's the day this is being recorded, that the Fed has made announcements about the status on inflation and the state of the economy. So it's a day where the stock market has had a lot of roller coasters in regards to the highs and lows and the swinging, and has kind of ended up on a red note. And I thought that this would be a really good time to talk about how to work with difficult emotions. And while we begin that topic, somebody can begin to play, and he can work with happy emotions. What are some of the things that you can practically do when you start having difficult emotions? Maybe for some of you, it is things like fear. It might be fear related. For some of you, it might be sadness related. Sometimes it could be anger related. So learning how to deal with that, and I'll use the word FUD, learning how to deal with all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in your life, and even moment by moment, really makes a difference. Because as you are able to heal those, you're able to gain clarity into the things that you need in order to improve the situation. That's one of the benefits from learning how to be, I'm going to say, the equivalent of being your own inner parent when it comes to your emotional well-being. Emotional intelligence is actually something really important in life. And the more that you practice it, the higher quality your life is going to become. So we can talk a lot about it because it's easy to have emotional intelligence when you're happier. Speaking of emotions, look at this playful one. But what do you do when your emotions are in pain and you're needing to work with them? When they feel like they're in control of you? One of the concepts that I really love is learning how to regard the emotions as an ocean. An ocean has surface waves that can be very tumultuous, and yet on the depths, it can be calm and still. And so when we're working with difficult emotions, what we learn how to do is we learn how to go deeper. We learn how to reach past the surface of those waves and to ride the surface of the waves on a boat that just goes up and down and up and down. Our life goes up and down and up and down. How our quality of life experience goes up and down and up and down, and we suffer. Sometimes maybe we'll be too pessimistic or too optimistic, and then not have an outside observable stance that is based on all of the things that are present in the situation and all of the factors. So learn to be like the solid anchor that keeps that ship, the center of your stillness. How you feel when you're peaceful, when you're calm, when you let go and you just be. That is very valuable. And when you feel upset, let yourself stop and breathe and become that solid anchor with your own emotions. It's like I was saying, being your own inner parent. Some of us, some people had really hard childhoods and, had emotional damage and stuff there. And others of us had wonderful childhoods and had really good examples of these qualities. You want to be loving and compassionate towards yourself with your own emotions, empathic. And then you're also knowledge, though, and you're proactive in how you treat that, just like you are when you're working with a child. But we be proactive with our emotions, and we work with who we are with respect, just like we would for a child. So you think about, what would I do if my child were upset? And in a loving and compassionate way, you work in a manner that's proactive with yourself, like you would for a child, helping them learn wisdom instead of just being controlled by the emotion. You do the same for yourself. And as you do that with time, you gain better control. Those ocean waves and the ups and downs start to stabilize. It's extremely valuable. As you're loving towards yourself and yet proactive with yourself, you'll begin to discover a stability and a peace that you didn't even know you could have. There's an old story I want to share about someone from Nihon, Japan. He was a person who had studied things like meditation and things for many, many years. Well, when the big giant earthquake happened, He was calm when absolutely everybody else around him was panicking, because he knew that all of those things were temporary. All suffering is temporary. All of those waves are temporary, even when they're the land making waves. Thank goodness that's temporary. And you stay calm. You stay in the center. You be the parent of those emotions instead of letting them be the parent of you. And you let those emotions pass over you just like you do a wave that's going through the ocean. Yes, even a tsunami. Even that passes. That can seem enormous, just like a really tough emotion like grief, but it passes. And that's actually something very positive that you can always remember in the midst of any storm in your life. You can remind yourself this is temporary. All pain is temporal. And the waves of life, those emotional waves, are temporary too. Those are temporal. He is a joy to watch. You can go deeper than the surface of those emotional waves, and you can free yourself from the depths of suffering that a lot of us, our whole lifetime, having to contend with. You can heal. Well, thank you all so much for letting me share this today. If you like the content of our videos, don't forget to take those paws and paw that like button. You can paw the subscription button. You can paw the notification bells and receive all of Nippy Cat's videos. I'm going to be letting him play and close here. And thank you all so much, so very much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.